Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a pre-fight show for UFC Fight Night. Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland. Main card. Pre-fight with predictions, as always, the main card. So I'll make this a quick episode. And I'm in a hotel room. I'm in North Iowa right now for North Iowa Fights. Hatch versus Otto is the main event in the middleweight division. I'll be there at the fights. For anyone that wants to meet me, I'll be there at the fights tomorrow night. And so I'm at a hotel in Iowa, but the UFC card for tomorrow night, to kick off the main card in the welterweight division, we got Bryan Barberena versus Jason Witt. I'm going to go with Bryan Barberena here. I think him training at MMA Lab is going to give him the training he needs to beat Jason Witt. And I think Bryan Barberena gets it done by decision unanimous. Basically out-grapples him. Then in the welterweight division also we have Nicholas Stoltz versus Jared Gooden. I'm going to go with Nicholas here. I'll say decision. Yeah, I think his striking he'll keep him at bay, and I'll point him and win by decision. Then we have Gloria DePaula versus Cheyenne Bays. I'm going to go with Cheyenne Bays. I'll say second round submission here. I think her grappling is going to eventually... She's a great wrestler, and I think she'll get dominant positions. I think she'll wear her out in the first round and then get a submission in the second. Then in the co-main event, we have Kyung Ho Kang, hopefully I didn't butcher that name, versus Hanayaya. And I'm going to go with Kang here. I think he'll win by decision. I think he'll just avoid the ground game. He doesn't want any of that jiu-jitsu, and he'll win with strikes. Then in the main event we have in the middleweight division, the co-main, by the way, is in the bantamweight division, and the Gloria fight is in the strawweight division. Just a little rundown. Anyways, yeah, in the main event we have Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland. I'm going to go with Sean Strickland by decision here. I think he'll just wear out Uriah Hall and outpoint him, and play a really good tactical game. He has great coaching staff, and so does Uriah Hall. But Uriah Hall could win with a flashy knockout, but I think Sean Strickland is one of those guys where he's been under the radar, and I think this fight will be his big coming out party, essentially, in terms of his star power and notoriety in the MMA community, because pretty much for the longest time he's been that guy on the prelims or mid-card, but the diehards know his talent, and maybe one or two casuals, but I think this one people will really see him as a guy that is to not be reckoned with in the middleweight division. He's well-rounded, good wrestling, good boxing. Going to be a good card. And then we have a bellator card tomorrow night as well, and that is going to be awesome. AJ McKee versus Pitbull. I'm going to go with AJ McKee there. I think he keeps the winning streak going, stays undefeated, and takes that belt from Pitbull. And yeah, that's going to be one killer fight. Then we also have the LFA card, and I'm picking Peterson to win that one. That's going to be a good card. Anyways, so that wraps up this pre-fight show of MMA around the board as we know it. So with that said, until then, see ya.